At the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month, 1918, armistice was signed between the Axis and the Allied powers, ending the most severe war the world had ever seen up to that time. Almost 40 million people died in that conflict. In 1919, the first commemoration of this armistice was held at Buckingham Palace in England. And every year since then, there has been a commemoration of that event. Although now it accommodates many other events as well. In remembrance, we wear a poppy. In remembrance, we go to the war memorials. In remembrance, we attend the services. But you know, do we really remember? Most of the memories that people have of wartime come from Hollywood movies. The real memories are not available to most of us. If you do something which causes you severe injury, you usually remember not to do that again. The world, however, has never remembered the right way. Although people attend services in memoriam all over the earth, in almost every country there are war memorials to the dead of that country. Yet the world never gets away from war. Less than 25 years after the First War ended, the Second World War began. And over 60 million people lost their lives in that conflict. Since 1945, there have been over 100 wars in the earth. And again, about another 60 million people have died in those conflicts. Why don't we learn from our past experiences? If you look in the book of Joshua, chapter 24, verse 31 says this: And Israel served Jehovah all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, and had known all the work of Jehovah that he had wrought for Israel. Now if you go over to Judges, the 2nd chapter, it says this: And the people served Jehovah all the days of Joshua, and all the days of the elders that outlived Joshua, who had seen all the great work of Jehovah that he had wrought for Israel. And Joshua the son of Nun, the servant of Jehovah, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance at Timnath-heres, in the hill country of Ephraim, on the north of the mountain of Gash. And also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them that did not know Jehovah, nor the work which he had wrought for Israel. Just one generation, and the people of Israel forgot what Joshua and the other forefathers knew. We're just 1 or 2 generations away from the Second World War. Do we really remember what we need to know, that the world needs to know, to prevent another conflict? If you look at the newspapers, the world is building up to something which is going to happen very soon, unless something changes it. Russia, China, North Korea are all building their armaments up at a pace unparalleled past history? Do we truly remember the causes that started these conflicts? We remember the soldiers who died to give us freedom. Let's hope another generation of soldiers are going to face the same. 2,000 years ago, another man came to this country, came to this earth to give us freedom. He also died for us. And in 1 Corinthians, it tells us that we are to remember him. For the night in which he was betrayed and took bread, and then he had given thanks, he broke it and said, "This is my body, which is for you. This do in remembrance of me." Likewise, he took the cup and said, "This is my blood. Drink in remembrance of me." Do we truly remember when we're doing this? Or do we remember in the same way that we sometimes go to the cenotaph? It's just something we have to do. Remember those who have fallen, but not why they fell. Remember Christ who died. To remember why he died. It's good to remember, but it's better to have true remembrance about these events. This remembrance time, that's something to think about.